Welcome. This is Melinda Barlow, CZT, Certified Tangle Teacher, and you see here what we're going to do today. We're using two tangles, Duda and Chetek, and I did half the butterfly already, just so you could see, because it takes quite a bit of time to do this when you just take your time and really enjoy this. And I already uploaded the template to the Facebook group, so you can log on there, and also put a link to the Facebook group below. And we're just going to get started. I am going to close this window because it is distracting to some. So we'll get started. I'm using an 01 Micron 01 pen today, and the print on here is very, very light. And I melted my camera. I might have to buy another one. It can't rotate anymore, and so I was really surprised that I could even work. We're going to start with Shaattuck, and on the lines of the butterfly, we're just going to draw down the line and then aura it. So we go down, and you will be able to see the little blue lines, but you just want to come in every so often and draw your lines. Mine is a little different than this side, because this side I just came straight down, and this one I'm coming from the body. There are no mistakes in Zentangle, only opportunity. And so we'll see what happens. I'm not going on the upper one, so that's the lower part. And Chetek is such a fun tangle because there's no counting. You just start out with your line, and I'm going to make a little curved line like this, and then you just aura that all the way up. And then I rotate my tile, and I do another one, and then I rotate up. So they're not going to probably be the same amount, but I like to stroke up to the center, and by rotating the tile, it's in a position that I can draw more comfortably. It might make some of you a little dizzy when you watch it. Just don't watch me turn. I'll try to do it slowly. But we just want that little bit of an arc. And this is one of the tangles that came out quite a few years ago. It's one of the first tangles that came out. And I never know if I'm saying the tangle right, but I just found out that this was Molly's middle name. So I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but I pronounce it Shaattuck. I'll try to keep my hand out of the line of... Now we're getting down here to the bottom, and there is a little line that goes kind of wavy, and I was going to show you it, but I had my pen, and I don't really want to draw it with my pen because I'm going to just highlight it. So but you can kind of see that I just did it in the shape. I'm going to go ahead and outline it because I think it might be a little bit better if I outlined this one. It would go You can kind of see the shape of that butterfly wing. All the way up. So I think that does look a little bit better with it outlined. So now I'm coming back to this one, and I think I'm going to start opposite. So I'm going to come here and work my way up. And sometimes I just have 2 or 3 strokes if it's a very narrow little space. And as it gets wider, I get a few more strokes in. But you can see how beautiful this is and how simple this is for a butterfly. The Ben walks outlines that are in there, you're welcome to do that. You can do whatever you want. I'm just showing you a method that is very simple and not having to look at, you just kind of do your own design. You don't have to follow those lines that are in there. And the key is to try to make your lines consistent in how far apart they are. And here we're on that little end of the wing of this butterfly. And butterflies are so much fun. They have a lot of meaning to a lot of people in different ways. And this one's just turning out beautiful. And it can be colored afterwards. That's what I'm making, is a adult coloring book here, or a youth coloring book, but it's got, all of them have some sayings in it that you can kind of ponder on. I love this saying, is we loved with a love that was more than love. My husband and I say that all the time. We've been married 52 years. Oh, excuse me, 53. I had to say that to him the other day. We've been married 53 years. And it just seems like we love each other more and more every minute, every day. We spend a lot of time together. We both enjoy each other's company. So you can see why I did that one side of this butterfly before I started. I just wanted you to see what we were making. I have a real philosophy about the fact that some people draw much better if they have an idea of what the tangle looks like before they start. I know that's not what I learned when I was in getting my Zentangle certification, but I have found that there are so many different learners out there that many of them find it much easier to comprehend what they're drawing if they see the step outs prior to drawing. And I never think it makes the experience less. I think it almost makes it a fuller experience for those who have different learning styles. And we're going to just draw up. We have one more little section, And then we're going to do Duda. And I love Duda. I love the way it has such a magical way of creating movement in the tangle without realizing that you're getting movement. So there's the other half of the wing done in Shaattuck. Now we're going to do this upper wing in Duda. So I'm going to rotate it around so that I have it pointing towards me. And I'm going to come from the center of the body and I'm going to make a line. And just like in Chetek, we make two. And this one is definitely going to come from the center of the body of the little butterfly. And just come out. And I like to give it a little bit of a curve. As it comes out. And this one I'm going to put on the line. Actually, I didn't quite put it on the line, so well, that one did not want to do its thing. So I'm going to come back and do it again. So there we have it, our lines. And I'm going to start from the innermost. And you make a line, but you don't quite touch a line above. And you're going to go from each side. And as I get out, you're going to see what I'm talking about the line. It just comes almost to this other edge, and you don't want to stop and try to start again. So don't be afraid to get about the width of your pen tip away from the line before you stop. You're going to have a prettier stroke if you don't try to start. Think, I didn't go quite far enough and try to start again. I've done that and I've got it right there. You can see that. And it just doesn't look as seamless. So I'm just and there I am. Now I'm going to do the next one. And I am going to turn mine around because I don't like to have my hand over really wet ink. So I'm just going to turn it around so that the ink, the freshest ink, I'm not putting my hand over. And you want to stay consistent with your width, how far apart those little lines are, because that makes it have that, maze look. Like you're going through a maze, and I just think it's absolutely beautiful. And I'm trying not to, I tend to grip my pen really close to the tip for control. And so I'm sorry if I've been covering up. Temperature here in Utah today, it's so lovely. It's 29 degrees Fahrenheit. Our low was 10, but the sun is shining and snow is melting. We have about a 5-foot high hill where we've shoveled snow, in our front yard. A little bit concerned about when it starts to melt, but it is a sunshiny day. We're supposed to get snow tomorrow, so we know the whole area here in the United States has struggled with severe weather, and we're kind of grateful. We've been in a drought for so long that this is quite a relief, so that we don't have drought. Now we have one more to do, and again we're going to start in these as close to that edge as we can. It just tends to make this tangle turn out well for me. And I have a struggle. I want to make my lines a little curved, but I'm struggling. I want them to be straight on this. So I do have a little curve in some of them, but my goal here is to have very straight lines. Duda is kind of a straight tangle. And I get questions all the time. How do you know what tangles to put together? I think it's just comes natural for me. But one of the things I usually try to do is put a curved tangle and a straight tangle. So one that has, if it has curvy lines, I will look for one that has a straighter line to complement it. So there we have it. Now, this can be colored, it can be shaded. It is just a fun tangle. And you will find it, so it can be put in I'm going to make a book out of it, and it will be folded in half. Some of them I'm just doing on half of it. This would be a centerfold of my book, of my signatures. So I may have just 2 or 3 signatures together. But thanks again for watching. I had a good time. Sorry that I'm a little slow this week, but I melted my camera, like I said, and I was worried that it wouldn't work. Such an excuse, not really a good one. But have a good time, tangle every day, and enjoy life.